Good morning one and all. Today we are going to discuss about intramodal dispersion. In our last class we have discussed about intermodal dispersion, and the second type of dispersion is intramodal. Intramodal dispersion generally occurs in single mode fibers. It occurs in single mode fibers and it arises due to spectral widths of the source. That means this intramodal dispersion mainly depends on the spectral width that is confined by the source, that is the light emitting device. Whatever the spectral width that is given by this. What is the spectral width means? Spectral width is the band width, that is band of frequencies allocated for this mode, right? And this dispersion mainly depends on wavelength. As we know, Vg is a function of wavelength, and it is also a function of, and hence it will be a function of refractive index. So as the wavelength varies, this group velocity of the mode or the optical spectral frequencies will be varying for different velocities. We will have different time delays, and hence the dispersion occurs. So I think it will be more confusing. Why? Because every time we are saying the group velocities, group delays, basically dispersion is a mechanism which is mainly occurring because of this time delay. And this time delay, how it occurs, what are the different factors that are contributing for the time delay, now we are going to discuss. In intermodal also we have said the same thing, different group velocities, different time delays, and hence the dispersion. Here the part what it is contributing for the time delay is important. Here in this intramodal we are discussing about the single mode fiber, and that too the spectral width and the bandwidth and the wavelength and the refractive index components that are related to the group velocity. So these factors are influencing the group velocity. In turn it is leading to dispersion. Okay, and how the spectral width is dependent means, for example, let us take an LED. LED has a wider spectrum, specifically at 850 nanometers. At 850 nanometers, this is your output power, this is your wavelength in nanometers. At 850 nanometers, LED is having maximum peak output power, and hence this is the maximum spectral width of this particular source. Okay, so that means this wider spectral width will be exhibiting more dispersion than the narrower spectral width. So the spectral width should be as minimum as possible than LEDs. If you take lasers in multimode fibers, it exhibit up to 1 to 2 nanometers of spectral width, whereas in the single mode it is 10 to the power of minus 4 nanometers. So the spectral width of lasers is very small when compared with the LED. So what we can say, as the spectral width is increasing, the amount of dispersion or the pulse spreading or overlapping on the second pulse will be increased, and hence results into the dispersion and then leads to the loss of information. So in intramodal there are two causes for dispersion. One is material dispersion, second one is waveguide dispersion. These are the two main causes for intramodal dispersion in an optical fiber. First, let us discuss about material dispersion. This material dispersion is also called as chromatic dispersion. It is also called as chromatic dispersion because the material dispersion phenomenon is similar to the prism light spreading. How the prism light spreads, the same phenomenon we can see in this material dispersion also. Here in the material dispersion, the dispersion is due to the refractive index is a function of due to the variations in refractive index with respect to wavelength. Due to the variation, material dispersion mainly caused due to refractive index variations with respect to the wavelength. That means the group velocity is a function of refractive index and in turn it is a function of wavelength. So this refractive index is defined as n of lambda, where the refractive index is a function of wavelength and hence it influences the group velocity, which leads to delay spread and hence dispersion occurs. So let us consider the propagation constant be 2 pi n of lambda by lambda. Let the propagation constant be 2 pi n of lambda by lambda, as we have the expression for group delay Tg by L equal to minus lambda square by 2 pi c into d beta by d lambda, right? We have this expression, we have already derived this expression in group delay, right? On substituting this beta value here and finding its derivative, we will get the group delay. We can write it as material delay tau mat is equal to L by C into n minus lambda into dn by d lambda. The amount of material delay, that is the delay what we call due to material dispersion, is given by L by C into n minus lambda into dn by d lambda, right? And if sigma mat is the amount of pulse spread, then it is given by modulus of d tau mat, that is your material delay, by d lambda with sigma lambda. This is the difference in the wavelength. This can be expressed like this: sigma lambda L by C lambda d square n by d lambda square equal to here I will write this is equal to sigma lambda L modulus of d mat of lambda, right? So this is your sigma mat. The amount of pulse spread that occurs due to material dispersion with respect to difference in the wavelength and propagation length is given by sigma lambda into L modulus of d mat of lambda. This d mat of lambda is your dispersion factor that is defined for your material dispersion. The main thing here you have to concentrate, you have to remember here is the propagation constant is defined as function of refractive index. That function of refractive index is varying with respect to lambda, that is n of lambda, right? So the main cause of material dispersion in an optical fiber is because its refractive index is depending on its wavelength. So for varying wavelengths we have varying group velocities. For varying group velocities, the reach at the output of that particular mode particular spectrum will be delayed, will be different. So it leads to the spreading process. So this is about material dispersion, and now we will see what is waveguide dispersion. Next we will see the second cause for intramodal dispersion is waveguide dispersion, and this waveguide dispersion also occurs in single mode fibers. And here this dispersion phenomenon is basically dependent on the waveguide, that is your optical fiber core and cladding part. How it is dependent means, let us take an optical fiber with core and cladding regions. If the source emitted light is having larger spectral width, if the source emitting fiber is having larger spectral width, what happens is the spectral components will be expanded towards the cladding region. Suppose if the source emitting light is having less spectral width, then the amount of spread of this spectral components into the cladding region will be very less. So what is the difference between these two means, if any of the part of the light energy is propagating into the cladding region, as we know N1 is greater than N2, where N1 is core refractive index, N2 is cladding refractive index. This is the condition for an optical fiber total internal reflection. So for N1 greater than N2 condition, as the light is traveling into the core cladding region, because of less refractive index, light travels faster. So the spectral components that are escaping into the cladding region will be traveling in a faster way, whereas the spectral components that are confined to the core region will be traveling slower. So this difference in time of travel of the spectral components will lead to group delay, and in turn it leads to pulse spread, and hence causes the intramodal dispersion. So the waveguide nature, or how the spectral components are propagating inside the core region, is the main factor which is responsible for occurrence of this intramodal dispersion, right? So now let us see the expression for modal dispersion or the pulse spread in waveguide dispersion. Let the propagation constant B be 1 minus UA by V. V is your group velocity whole square. That can be written like this: beta square by K square minus N2 square by N1 square minus N2 square. This is the propagation constant expressed for waveguide dispersion. It is already defined. We have not yet derived this expression also. So as it is dependent on the refractive index of core and the cladding, so it is designed so out of many experiments. For smaller value of delta, that is delta equal to N1 minus N2 by N1, this B can be written like this: beta into beta by K minus N1 by N1 minus N2, or we can still approximate this N2K into B into delta plus 1. Okay. So this is the propagation constant, and we can express the same and we can find the TG value, group delay. So we already know group velocity delay formula, that is tau g equal to L by C into d beta by dk. So on substituting this beta value here, this can be approximate. This implies that beta equal to N2K into B delta plus 1. On substituting this beta value here and deriving the so-called expression, and so this tau g we can write it as waveguide delay L by C into N2 plus N2 delta dkb by dk, right. So this is the total time delay that can be occurred in a waveguide dispersion due to this confinement of the signal inside the core region. So what we can conclude here is, if the most of the energy is confined into the core region, then we will not have much dispersion in it. When compared to material dispersion and the waveguide dispersion will be negligible when compared to material dispersion, but it is not ignored. Why? Because we must take care how the spectral components are moving inside the cladding region. Most of the time they have to be confined into the core part only. Okay, thank you.